Hello, 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 and welcome. Poland versus Armada from Belgium. Another Uprising versus Free SB was a 15-4 loss. Armada versus Terrible Monkeys was a 9-14 loss. So both of these two teams really gunning for the victory here. We see the play moving. Swinging around in the field. We have Uprising in white, I believe. Armada in blue. Just some light play at the back, some light swinging. I believe we have Prosser on the disc now, and there's going to be a pause in play. This is currently 1-0 to Uprising, and Uprising with the disc, looking forward, passing it forward. That's Prosser there, and that's a goal for Uprising. Thank you very much to Prosser for wearing a black number on your black. That makes it very easy to see. For the rest, I will do my best. So a pull by Uprising up the field. Armada trying to move the disc forwards. We see a little bit of a split stack. Disc goes up. And it looks like that is slightly beyond the number 11 player of Armada, who did not put in their number on the form, sadly. Apologies, it was a goal. All right, that levels things up a bit. That was... no, my apologies. It was Killian Walsh to Matt Claus. Good huck there. The first goal was Chris Prosser throwing to number 35, Jan Giva. So that makes it 1-1 between Poland of Uprising in the white and Armada of Belgium in the dark green turquoisey color. Pull goes up from Armada. It's a good pull. Good hang time, although Armada only around at the halfway line when it comes down. This gives Uprising the easy first pass forwards. Moving it to the side of the field. Upline cut. With a big scuba inside. There's a shot to the end zone. It is taken. Ooh, what a clean shot that was. The receiver wide open for Uprising. That was Piotr Raj. Again, to Jan Giva in the end zone. Nice and quick point. Uprising, moving it to one side, compressing the field on that side. To me, it looked like their stack was almost a little bit too tight. That opened up space for the scuba break and then the shot to the end zone for the goal. Just a little bit of trading going on here in this game. And both teams have had a game already. It's been quite a hard game for both of them. So we might say a little of this back and forth, although game still in either team's hands, as we are. Uprising with a deep pull right to the back corner. Armada be able to have the quick pass. It looks like a zone defense now. With almost no real force. If there is a force, they're standing a few meters off. They're just trying to press those forward passes, but the forward passes have been taken by Armada now. And it looks like, for the most part, they've returned to match defense with just a little bit of communication while they sort themselves out. Look, that was a play to just pressure the first passes from Uprising. Armada swinging it across the back. Some forward passes and swings. We are very compressed into this side, but they're trying to force it up the line anyway. Turns out there is an option there. Very good work from Armada. That makes the score 2-2. Matt Clays with the assist to Killian Walsh. In fact, that's the inverse of the first score, which was Walsh assisting to Matt Clays. So it looks like we've got a little bit of a power set for Armada. With that said, they've only got 11 players, and so statistically there is just more likelihood it goes through the same couple of players. Still, that might start to be one to watch for Uprising, who themselves have had Jan Giva with 2 of their goals, and assists coming from Prosser and Raj.
Mazda fajnie wyszła. Next time po przejściu na męd złapmy mocniej otwartą. Bo tam dużo po tamtej po linii drzew poszło wszystko. Ale Mazda spoko. Zamykała i drzew. To otwartą.
Big pull goes up. Armada able to sink that one right into the end zone. Uprising able to take a first pass to the brick mark. Unguarded. Huck goes up big. Armada, I think, just let the player go. You could see the head drop from the Armada defender there. That will be a quick response for Uprising. Not having to work hard for that one. That was Adam Maciejewski to Filip Kudlinski. Filip Kudlinski was one of their big scorers at the last EUCS, and so was someone I had on my notes as someone likely to be a big scorer here. Quick restore there from Uprising to make it 3-2.
Co, te rzuty nasze?
You can hear a chance of too slow. They want Uprising. The Uprising sideline wants their players to chase on the field. We see here that the handler marks are sagging off into the lane. Happy for the handlers to throw it amongst themselves. They don't want them to be able to throw it forwards though. They are able to find some purchase, however. They're getting to reasonably high stall counts as they put it big. Is that too far? It looks like it might be. Uprising now with a chance to respond. Yeah. Moving up the sideline by Uprising. They really like moving it up these sides. Coming into these spaces. Once the reset, getting to a high stall count. And it looks like there is a accepted foul call on the play there. Restarted instantly. A small bit of flow. Really nice flow up the field here from Uprising. Shot to the end zone. Very nicely done there. And that is a break for Uprising. Oscar Bogachevsky was the person caught on the high stall count, and then just every other pass managing to flow the disc forward, free of the handler's mark, able to take the assist to Matija Vishtinsky in the end zone to make it 4-2. 4 to Uprising in the white, 2 to Armada in the dark green. So it's 4 to Uprising, 2 to Armada. Pool goes up. Armada able to get the first pass, just a centering pass. Uprising keeping up this slight sag of the handlers. Big hammer goes up from Armada. That's what we like to see. Matt Clays with the dish now. Puts it up big. Players under it. And a great D there. From the hammer play, you've got to do something big. Throws a cross-pitch roll flick, but with a little bit too much hang time in the air, allowing Uprising the chance to get underneath it, get the turn. Uprising now with the disc. Swinging it forward, a little bit of pressure from Armada. Uprising want to take that big shot. They're providing the options of the 3 cuts deep as the hammer swing goes across the field. Just a reader's option, not ready to gain yards or pitch. Here we see the big shot now go. Swinging shot to the end zone, and I was going to say fairly unmarked in the end zone. Looks, however, like there was a call on the play. We can see there a bit of a discussion. I believe that's Quentin Walsh of Armada. Disc is going to be sent back. It appears as if the defender for Armada had stopped due to hearing the call. Looks like it's Matt Clays. This will come back in. There's still some yards deep. Will the same shot be taken by Uprising? No, it is holstered. Uprising, very quick inside shot. Oh, and a fumble on the reset swing. Slightly unfortunate there for Uprising. Armada will get another chance. This was their offense originally, and they need to hold this. Just some picks occurring on the field. This will be sorted quite quickly. Simple obstructions. Nothing that a long conversation needs to be had, and indeed, it's playing quickly. Disc goes up big to the end zone. And taken a half-pitch shot down the line. A classic play. You take the swing, you take the break throw. It's how you open up space on the field. And that was Quentin Walsh with the shot to Simon Gillentops in the end zone. Bit of a longer point, that one. 5 minutes, the longest we've had so far. We saw a couple possessions from each side. A couple of end zone shots from each side, even if one of them had to be brought back. But that was a necessary point for Armada. It makes the score 4-3 to Uprising, but Armada have done their first job, which is to hold the point that you start on offense with. Now is the more difficult job. They have to get a break on this Uprising offensive line. Uprising have been quite clinical with their O-line so far. This is swung inwards. They are doing a split stack again. No progression forwards. Managing to find an option. Just working up the sideline. Disc almost thrown casually into the end zone. Piotr Rash with the assist there to Adam Maciewski. Aside from the first point, every offensive point from Uprising so far has taken less than 2 minutes. They have been clinical. I don't believe we've seen a turn so far from that line. And that makes the score 5-3 to Uprising. Uprising in the white, Armada in the dark green. 5-3 to Uprising. It also brings us to 2 assists for Piotr Vrash and Adam Maciewski as well, now up to 2 stats total. Nice little spread with 3 Uprising players with 2 stats each for assists and goals. Pull goes up big, and here we see one of our first proper chases, stopping the first pass. Armada caught right at the back of their end zone. Still here, Uprising very focused on stopping forward passes. Oh, and a fumble but catch. Big play there, potentially to seal it, but I think there is just going to be a small discussion. Oh, apologies. There's a minor injury call there occurring. Hoping the Armada player is fine. Just over 20 minutes down in this game now. Again, it is 5 to Uprising, 3 to Armada. Uprising currently with a strong defense preventing forward passes from Armada. They're having to swing it among their handlers and not super comfortably either. They finally get a forward pass. Big shot is taken. It is going to be contested. Like there will be a small discussion here. There's just a little bit of discussion here over that play. Disc is going to be sent back. It was a big hook. Armada were feeling quite trapped where they were, and so we need to see how they get out of this situation now. Will they take the same shot? It was somewhat covered. Players live again. Armada with a lovely floaty cross pitch to inside flick Huck. Very well read by the Armada player. Uprising player may have had a bit of it with a little bit of heads up from teammates. As it is, Matt leads with another assist, this time to Inti Renar. Matt leads with a great grab himself from that big initial swing. Sort of had to get up high, caught it. Immediate shot. Brings us to 5-4. Good hold for Armada. They're still searching for that break. And 6 minutes to put that one in, although admittedly a fair bit of that was a discussion. Whereas the Uprising O-line so far has been very quick with its offenses. Let's see if they can do the same here. Pull goes up. Big and floaty. Running right to the back corner. Uprising able to get a short pass off initially, but Armada defense is there by the time of the second pass, and the third pass takes them up to the half. Oh! And Armada with the interception. Bit of a floaty pass there, able to be taken down.
No round! No round!
And a conversion. That is... Apologies. Yes, a conversion. That is a break for Armada to bring the game to 5-all. Quentin Walsh there to Simon Golantops. Very nicely done. That is big for Armada. They've been trading for a while, and that was a quick point as well, which means the D-line may still have energy to go out there again. Saying that, Armada do only have 11 players, so for a given value of D-line, they will face the fact they will likely get tired as this game goes on compared to the much, much bigger roster of Uprising. I believe 23 players. So twice the size. Bit of a rolling pull at the end that will force Uprising to come out aside. This is sometimes a tactical decision. Travel call by Armada. The disc rolled out of bounds, and so Armada just wanted to start the disc there. Uprising respond with an instant break to the center of the field. Moving up one line. Again, the O-line out. We know they've been quick. But again, mistake from Uprising. There's a fumble on the catch from the inside IO flick. Sorry, the IO Volko flick, but a little bit inside direction-wise. So Armada have a chance to respond. It is 5-all currently. 5-all currently. It is nicely moved up the sideline. But out of bounds. And so Uprising want to take this big huck. The camera swings in anticipation. Uprising go up big. Get the goal. And so what was a huge chance for Armada to take the lead. Not quite converted. As Remius Shimura assists the disc to Maciek Gujacek. Yeah, so a couple of fumbles now. The Uprising O-line may take a second to steady themselves. They'll want to put the next one in cleanly. They do maintain their lead at 6 to Uprising in the white, 5 to Armada in the dark green. We see there one of the coaches dutifully flipping the score for us, or one of the staff members. A little bit of a pause in play, but the pull finally goes up. Lands just beyond the brick mark. I'm not able to get 2 passes forwards. But they're able to throw the disc into a fair bit of space. Big backhand goes up. Uprising are trailing it. Can they take it down? And that is the goal. Nice. Simple hold there for Armada. I think they needed that. Dorian Pelsner with that lovely backhand shot. And again, Simon Guntops with his 3rd goal for Armada, bringing it to 6-all. We're just over half an hour down now in this game. Uprising kind of caught on there a little bit backwards here, having to swing it between the handlers. This is the main thing I've noticed is, though, Uprising haven't been caught in the handler position for long as they put it, but it's a little bit too far, not quite enough shape on that disc. I will say the cut was free. There was a lot of space. The cutters still doing their job for Uprising, as Armada managed to get a first pass forwards. Big swing to get themselves out of danger. They were feeling a little bit trapped on the sideline, I think. And a pick call. Nice, and simple swings. Again, it's kind of what I was saying before. Armada are being forced to use a lot more handler play before they're able to put the disc forward. The Uprising defense has been very good. We see these slightly floaty passes that Uprising may have a chance on. As a big backhand goes up, feel Uprising are the favorites here. Yes, indeed. Great D there from Jan Mushal. Saw the disc coming, tracked it down. Armada had to do something. Can they now stop this Uprising offense? It's a little bit more of an offensive error that caused the first turn, and so Armada either hope to be lucky again or try and generate something themselves. See, they are playing match defense here. Not a lot of options developing for Uprising as a big roll flick is taken. With that said, as soon as that pass is caught, it is swung for flow. Bid there from Armada, but not super close. And again, Uprising have managed to progress themselves to halfway. Just beyond, just open side, up the line throws. Not sure Yamil who had the D. Nice and simple flow and progression. A little bit static now. So move to the handlers and then instant pass back. Hammer to the end zone. Love to see it. Swing, swing, hammer. That makes the score 7 to Uprising. 7 to Uprising versus Armada. Adam Maciejewski then moves to the top of the stat rankings for Uprising with that assist. 2 assists and 1 goal. Fairly well spread for Uprising with their stats in general. And Filip Kudlinski with the stat for the simple hammer catch. Definitely feels like the assist was the more stat-worthy one there. But, you know, if you're given a simple catch, you've still got to make the simple catch. That is now 7-6 to Uprising. There's a short break, likely for half, and so now is a good time to get some water and go steady yourself. And we thank you for joining us here today. We are watching Uprising Ultimate of Poland versus Armada of Belgium here at the Trnava Open, an 8-team tournament occurring in the lovely city of Trnava in Slovenia. Sorry, Slovakia. My bad. And so it seems like play is about to restart. Again, this is 7-2 Uprising in the white, 6-2 Armada in the greenish blue. If you're unsure of the of the Armada color, it looks like we've got a little bit of a blue square taking over the bottom right of our screen. Pull goes up. It will trap them right on the sideline. Armada not able to get a simple first pass out. We can see a little bit of pressure there. Oh, and struggling to make their way up. Hammer cross field. Nice attempt by Quentin Walsh, but the hammer was a little bit too blady, not able to flatten out. And it appears like a timeout has been taken. I think this would be a huge chance to take a break after half. Looking a little bit of a chat occurring, working out how do we take this. I think Uprising strength has been flowing out, flowing quickly, sort of making sure they don't get caught in a bad position on a high stall count, which is a place that Armada have found themselves a couple of times. With that said, there has been a few errors from Uprising, which Armada have managed to capitalize on, which means the score is still only 7-6. Either team could very well take this. Apologies, this is yep, we can see Uprising set up. Apologize for the square on the screen. Setting up with a match mark with the handler mark very poached off. We'll see if Uprising take advantage of this. They just want someone in the lane to stop their first pass. And indeed they do. Uprising keen to take that swing and flow, getting them to the break side. Shot to the end zone. Lovely score. Very nice work there from Uprising. Getting them that break after half. It's Christian Zukowski throwing it to Oscar Woots. To make it 8-6. But it was like the one before was a timeout and sort of seeing on my stats now. So a big break for half there. First timeout definitely seemed longer than the usual time for half. So apologies for that from me. We're now around 45 minutes down in this game. It is 8 to Uprising in the white, 6 to Armada in the greenish blue. Armada took that timeout when you're 7-6 down, which is an interesting position because it does give the defense a chance to really formulate a plan, take a bit of time to rest themselves and come out hard. Uprising then did that, got the turn, took a timeout themselves. And then put the disc in. It was interesting. So they set up with a vert stack, just two handlers. Uprising set up with vert stack with two handlers. Armada did the match upfield, sagged off the handler into the lane, trying to stop that initial pass. However, Uprising have been very good at utilizing flow, and so they got an initial break shot to the other than unmarked handler and were able to use that flow to go down the break side to the end zone. Yeah, and Uprising with 8, Armada with 6. Armada able to take this first pass up the field. Just a call on the field here. We'll slow us down for a second. This move forward by Armada. Apologies here. I can see what you can see. I've dropped some messages. We're trying to sort out this stream. Sounds exciting.
Tutaj ma 10 kg mniej, więc dobrze.
Here we go. We have our high-tech engineers working on this situation. Armada with the disc. Hammer to the end zone. Just about caught. Drawn back to reveal the hammer. Emil de Sterk with the hammer to Matt Cleese for the goal. That makes it 8 to Uprising, 7 to Armada. Armada with the hold after half.
Nie trzeba się męczyć z rzucaniem bardzo było. Czysto było. Dobrze było. Prawie macie chęć blokować. Wysoko łapy trzymamy. Łapać. Dobrze, takie punkty są ważne. I mają wąską linię. Tak, są na początku w ofensie. Tak, oni sobie wypoczywają, nie? Oni się w tym momencie ustawiają. Tutaj muszą zapierdalać.
Uprising here will be looking for a clean hold as we approach the, or as we reach the 50-minute mark. That is a lovely pull right to the back. Uprising have able to get a couple of unpressured passes out. We see a zone here from Armada. 1-3-2, the backhand goes big. And it's a goal. Adam Maciewski with the backhand up the line, the man who had his head in his hands for a little bit. Filip Kudlinski with the grab. to make it 9-7 to Uprising.
Jakie di? Dawaj, żaba! Brawo, Piszczek!
This is pulled up from Uprising. Couple of passes, but managing to find a space up the field. However, no continuation pass. It'll take a few seconds trying to develop. They take the big backhand. Goes up. Oh, and just beyond the Armada player. Disc was sailing slightly. It's a lovely shot there and lovely vision, taking the backhand such that it roll curves and swings over to the other side. Uprising moving up the field. Traveling out of bounds. Oh, and with an unpressured drop there. Will give Armada another chance to try to score. And the score is currently 9-7. They need this one to try and keep it competitive. Our technicians are just working on clearing off the screen for you. Disc. Caught by Armada. Swan inside. Again, moving among the handlers here. Uprising making it very difficult for Armada to take an easy shot forwards. Backhand goes up. And it's a goal for Armada to make it 9-8. Quentin Walsh there with the assist to Tommy Clays. Again, making the score 9-8 overall. 9-2 Uprising in the white. 8-2 Armada in the greeny blue. Pulled by Armada. Maybe seeing a lower player numbers because Uprising able to Yeah, a little bit beyond the brick mark with no pressure. Now just swing it among their handlers. Good match defense there. Stops that forward pass. And there's a big thing here, which is Uprising are not looking off any open passes. If there is an open pass, they want to take it. They want their flow to go. Not necessarily going to wait for a perfect option. Just want one option as a big backhand fake comes out there.
Bliżej stack! Bliżej stack! Czekaj, Jasiu! Bliżej zabrałeś połcza! Nie zbieraj tam połcza, jak jest miejsce! Ej, wyczyście są połcze! Zabierz go bliżej!
One thing I think you can always see for me when you have these small player numbers is how tight is the handler mark at any point. And here we see the handler streaking past for Uprising. Lovely flow, popped up to the end zone. Really nice play here, using the fact that the handler had a lot of space to open up the flow. That will make it 10 to Uprising versus 8 for Armada. Kamil Latashi to Filip Kudlinski for Uprising. That brings Filip Kudlinski to joint top on stats and a clean top on goals overall with 4 goals for Uprising. With that said, they have had 12 people with stats in total, which is more than Armada's entire team. Armada themselves is a respectable 8 out of 11.
15 seconds offense!
Although for them, their goals have been more concentrated in Matt Clays, who's their player with 4 stats right now, 2 assists and 2 goals.
Offense ready!
We thank you for joining us here today in Trnava in Slovakia. Got a tight game on our hands at 10-8. Armada with the disc, with the 8. Let's see. Oh, a lovely upline shot. Managing to get in the bit of space. Faking the big backhand. Manages to move the force off to allow an inside shot. Nice little flow occurring here. Emil Sturck with a big flick up the line. That is spicy, almost taken down. A lot of angle on that flick. Allowed it to hang in the air. With that said, it's still... The Armada player was the one with the first bite on it, but it was a difficult read. Uprising, big flick up the field. Looks like it was slightly out of bounds though. The camera is choosing to focus instead on Oscar Roots, learning a little bit of freestyle. Trying to nail delay it on his middle finger. Not quite succeeding. Armada with the disc on the field now though. Moving this up the sideline. Uprising though. very aware of it. You trying to move the disc up that sideline, there's always a danger of someone able to poach off. The difficulty in getting a turn in a place like that is you're caught in a difficult position. Armada, good defense. Bit of a scrappy goal, forcing a big jump over from Uprising to avoid the contact, but that will make it 10-9. Tommy Clays with the assist, Ethan Petit with the goal. And since this second half, we have been trading. So we've seen a couple of turns from each team. We saw some plays there. Can either of them pull anything out to either put the game a little bit safer or to bring it right back into contention to make it level? It is 10-9 and 10 to Uprising in the white, 9 to Armada in the greenish blue. We are over an hour into our game at this point. Yeah, some simple moving of the disc forward. Again, Uprising able to get their way up to half without too much issue. Now able to work it up a sideline and back into the middle again. Uprising not one to look off any open pass. If they see the open pass, very happy to take it. You see a like a lefty high release backhand there, and then potentially a bit of a misthrow. Armada able to catch that. Chance of a break. Oh, but a fumbled catch. The cutter there cutting very close to the handler. That does make for a difficult flick shot. It appears as if there may have been a foul on the play. Just as a reminder, it is 10 to Uprising in the white, 9 to Armada in the greenish blue. And it appears as though Armada did indeed put that in. Simon going tops to Quentin Walsh to make the game 10-all. Apologies for this slight stream confusion. Hopefully get it sorted shortly. Again, I'm just... Apologies for this. I'm trying to keep an eye on things for you from the other side. It does appear as though Uprising have got another goal. We'll try and work on getting these visuals sorted. Oscar Woots with the goal, throwing to the other Oscar on the team, Oscar Bogashevsky. Yeah, it's now 12-10 to Uprising. Christian Zukowski to Oscar Woots. And apologies, just a couple hours. We're doing our best behind the stream. Hoping to bring it back to you shortly. Uprising with a little bit of a lead at the moment. Armada worked very hard to bring it back to level. Uprising able to score instantly to stop them from going further and then get a break back of their own. We are very close to the end of game time now, which I believe is the 70-minute mark. Yeah, we've seen some nice players from both teams. We do see 3 players for Armada out of their 11 really rising up the stats with Simon Gillentops, Matt Clays, Quentin Walsh, all with 4 stats each. Various mixes of goals and assists. Whereas for Uprising, we see Philip Kudlinski and Adam Maciejewski with 4 stats each as well for them. But a nice spread across with 12 of their 23 players with stats. 9 now, sorry, of the 11 for Armada. And in fact, Armada have got one back now with Killian Walsh passing to Dorian Pelsonier. Killian Walsh up to 3. Armada, quite an established team, but with a lot of mixed success. Found out, I believe they are the current Belgian mixed champions, outdoors and indoors. Uprising, one of the big forces in Polish Ultimate. I believe just falling short of the Polish Ultimate Championships this year, but they have won it in the past. Both of them are part of the EUCS rankings. Those rankings will obviously be moving around a bit this weekend. We'll see how they end up. Before the weekend started, Uprising were 41st, Armada were 49th. And in fact, I believe they all get updated afterwards. Yeah, it's a bit of a way off. Uprising have been in EUCF previously. In fact, they've been there quite a few times, managed to come 23rd last year. Armada, though, a bit of a newer club, established in 2020, still working their way up. Still 12-11 to Uprising as it stands. I'll do my best to bring you information as and when I get it. We are now past the time, though. In fact, last goal was, I believe, past time. So that should be a game to 13. Although Armada with another goal to bring it to 12 all. So it does look like there is a sudden death on our hands. Emil Distier to Killian Walsh. Saying both of these two teams lost in the first game, but there is a 1-8 bracket at the end, and so they will want to win this game, be in a better position, not face the winner of the other pool, which currently looking to be catch-up grass. Instead, looking to play one of outsiders, Panthers, the Polish rivals of Uprising, or forward from Austria. Still going on there. It's likely to be a bit of a hard-fought point for sudden death. It usually is. If you are curious, you can follow along on eucs-schedule.ultimatefederation.eu, and from there you can find the tournament and all scores. We have past time now. I may have to head off to allow the next stream to start, but I'll stay with you until we see this last little bit of the game, and hopefully we get a little bit of stream. And it was an interesting game we saw as well. We saw a little bit of back and forth. Uprising nearly always on the front foot, but that doesn't mean anything when you've got all the way to sudden death. Looked like it was a bit more sort of miscommunication, offenses errors. They were looking to play a flow style that would get them out of difficult handler positions and up the field. Armada, a bit more stuck initially, but more clinical, I would say, once they got out of those difficult positions. Armada with the much smaller squad, which certainly going to affect the legs as well for a late stage game. Uprising with a much deeper squad, and in fact with stats quite across a lot of that squad, but the question is how well they've used it. It's all very well being a big squad, but you've still got to use all the players to make a difference. At this point, certainly a long one. It's been going for 5 minutes or so now. Neither team will want to give up easily. With that last goal for Killian Walsh, by the way, it moves him up to 4 stats in total. We have 6 players on the pitch with 4 stats. 4 from Armada, 2 from Uprising. Does appear the 2 Walshes of Killian and Quentin, Matt Clays and Simon Gillentops, are being the power sets for Armada. Philip Kudlinski and Adam Maciejewski for Uprising. Although Oscar Woods was certainly getting close. The last couple of the assist and the goal for Uprising. Oh, and it looks like we had a Callahan goal to finish for Uprising. Looks like it was Christian Zukowski with the Callahan. My apologies to Christian. The opposite of apologies to Armada, who are probably somewhat glad that we weren't able to catch that. It was a real strong game up until there, though. Real nail-biter all the way through. You always sense Armada had something in it, but clearly the pressure from Uprising eventually seeing it out. Uprising, despite having more goals, less time on offense, quicker offensive conversion, and maybe that just made the difference energy-wise. You always sense they were pushing the handlers as well all the way through. My name is Harry Mason. It's been a pleasure to be with you here today. I will now be bowing out and opening up to the next stream at Trnava. It's been a great game, and best of luck for both teams moving forward.